Hey guys, back with another replay. This time it is Where Did I Park in his T54 Mod 1. And we're going to do a little bit of analysis on his gameplay. Keep in mind he sent this in, he's trying to improve. And also keep in mind retrospect is 2020, right? I mean, I've watched this replay once already, so I know exactly what happens. But I'm going to tell you a few things that, you know, I mean, don't do as I do as I say kind of things, because I often find myself in the same situation. And what you're going to find is that that Where Did I Park actually loses quite a bit of health early, and I'm going to show why that's important. He does have a fairly good game, so we can't discount that. And he is top tier, as is, I guess it's a tier 7 and 8 game, it looks like. And this poor T20, I don't know why he's pushing so hard, but regardless, Where Did I Park puts a nice shot into his track, and this guy has no hope of penning where Did I Park is sitting. So, and I think he gets a little bit over aggressive. He knows there's a mod 1 which is very hard to take out. Those things, his tank is the same way, but there's, you know, pushing this is really tough, and I want to explain why. Right now, anybody that's sitting over in this location can shoot him for free, right? That does not happen, but normally it would. You normally have campers. Furthermore, one thing that you notice is that he's pulling out and giving his drive wheel to the enemy T34 Mod 1. So I wouldn't be afraid to load gold here, for one thing, because you can then pen his upper plate with abandon. He does not do that. But you notice that this guy is shaking his turret. He realizes that you're trying to hit his cupola. And so to me it says he's probably a pretty good player. He proves otherwise later on, but exactly like that, right? So now you're giving him side. That was a nice wiggle, but here's the other problem. You've already been shot from over here once, right? So you're wide open again to this location. Now, I don't know if you saw that the majority of the enemy was over here, but you do know that there's an ISU 122S here, there's a Scorpion, and there's a Spic here. So, you know, if two out of those three guys hit you, you're down to a one-shot suddenly. So that's just, I think you're just playing a little bit too aggressively at this point. I mean, there's only one tank on the enemy, or 3 tanks on the enemy team dead, so there's 12 guns still in the game. And I'll be honest, I make this mistake myself, and so you're sitting there trying to shoot a hole down mod 1, which, you know how much armor that thing has, right? And you take a hit. Not only that, but these guys where you were sitting there, all these guys along the back row can shoot you for free. So you're down to 400 health, and the game has just started, and you're fighting a mod 1 that is almost full health, right? So the danger is that if he can take this Panther out, or someone takes this Panther out, then you're pinned here, and he can just push you for free. And you notice you have no help. The only help you have is that SU 130 PM. And yet again, you happen to cross across this opening. Good players will aim there and shoot at that gap there. So it's just a little bit too risky of gameplay for my taste. And if I was in this mod 1, I would probably try and side scrape you and try and whittle you down at this point. But he chooses not to do that, and we'll see what happens. But so again, you don't want to back up too far out of here, because these guys over in let's see, over in this location over here if you're lit, they can hit you. You're probably safe right now, but if you move out any further, you're going to get hit. So it's just something to think about. So, let's see what... And I'm still in third-person view. There we go. Now we're in first person. And that's exactly what happened. You get hit by that spick. He's taken quite a bit of health off you. Now you're a one-shot for anybody. And I would leave this location. And here's the reason. Yes, you have an SU 120 PM or 130 PM behind you. But you know that the Mod 1 cannot be killed by that guy in one shot. And if I was that Mod 1, at this point, you're losing the game, I would YOLO you and try and kill you. Probably I would YOLO you from this ditch here, but he doesn't choose to do that, but that's what I would probably do. So, all in all, not terrible gameplay. I'm just trying to help you improve and think about things. Now, you see that Tiger 1 on your mini-map, and you do have pretty good mini-map awareness. You know enough to kind of hide from him and wait to get the drop on him, which is good. And we'll see that in a minute. I've seen this, so it's kind of, I'm talking in the future tense here, but this guy completely ignores you for 2 shots. So, good on you. So that's a risky poke there, but he fires way late. I don't know what kind of drugs he's on, but holy smokes. So, and here comes this Mod 1. So now you're forced out into the open where the T-30, or where the enemy Tiger could have hit you. He does die. And for whatever reason, this Mod 1 decides he's going to shoot HE at you, which basically saves you. If that was a decent player at all, you'd be dead right now. And you do end up getting support, which is good. But do you see what I'm saying? Where you know, you're in a position where you can get YOLO'd and the guy knows that you're on really low health. If, like I said, anybody else would have just pummeled you there. So it's something to think about. Maybe when you get low health, you want to back off or at least get some support. Here's another thing. Okay, you know that there's a Scorpion G and he's got really good pen, right? So instead of moving forward on him, I would have got behind this rock or got behind the hull of this tank. I would have backed off. And the reason is because you can just spot him, and then your SU-130 PM can shoot at him, your RD can shoot at him, any number of things happen. And instead, you decide to push him. And you get very lucky that he does not penetrate you. Very lucky. And that could have changed the game, quite honestly, because your SU-130 PM has been nothing but passive this entire game. I keep forgetting the camera, you guys. Hope I don't make anyone sick. So we know that T-28 is out there somewhere because you've been shot by him. So you make a smart play here and you stay behind cover. Although I would have stayed further behind cover, to be honest. I wouldn't have even came out this far. I would have just waited because you are a one-shot. So I say that, but who knows? I might have rushed in like an idiot. That's why I'm not a unicum, because I don't practice what I preach always, guys. Sorry to say. I play tanks for fun. I don't do it necessarily for stats. I mean, I could stat whore, but it's just not my method. At any rate, just trying to fill the time until this T-28 prot gets spotted, and our VK is in fact trying to cap. now unsuccessfully, but he did manage to draw the T-28 in, which is a good thing. And the T-28 did not spot you, nor does he know you're here. So I like this play. I like coming up behind him, because if you can get behind him and help out your VK, you're in a good spot. And I noticed that your 1:30 p.m. is coming with you. That's fantastic. So this guy, I don't think he's the greatest player, because you don't sit in the very back with a T-28 top tier. One thing I like is you are aiming for his tracks. And that's a very good thing. So I think, to summarize things, a little more carefulness, just being a little more careful at the start of the game, or if you're not careful and you find yourself in a position that you have very little health, you need to play accordingly, because your teammates are not going to save you. In a lot of cases, if the enemy has a lot of health left, they can just YOLO you, and then when the SU-130 PM fires, he's going to get spotted. He's going to back off, and you're going to give up even more map and be dead and not be able to do anything about it. So I do appreciate you sending this in. Nothing I say is meant as mean. It's not meant to demean you in any way, shape, or form. It was a very good game. 3,100 damage, 2 kills, and 1,000 spotting. I mean, that's 4,100 combined in a tier 8 tank is always a fantastic game. So I appreciate you sending it in. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the after action report on this, folks. Okay, here we are at the after action report. This is a first class. He got a Spartan and a steel wall this game, so good on him for that. He was second on the team to the super. Wow, a super Pershing did 4,100 damage. Holy Hannah. So 3,100 damage, though, and 1,246 base XP. That's a solid game in anybody's mind. And 22 shots, 17 hits, 13 pens, and 1,900 blocked by armor. So, you know, that's 1.5 of his tanks almost blocked by armor. And 55,000 credits. He does not have a premium account, and he ended up with 2,100 total XP. So again, appreciate you sending that in. Please do send your replays in. I'd love to commentate on them, or talk a little bit about maybe what you could do better, or shoot, I probably need to do that on my own replays, huh? All right, guys, we will catch you next time. Toadster out.